Hey everybody, welcome to today's podcast. Dr. Len here in the studio, talking about messenger RNA. Remember that? With all the nonsense that's going on in Ukraine due to this guy who calls himself the president, we sort of forgot about the whole vaccine debacle. Messenger RNA. Were they responsible for putting a stop to COVID? That'll be a controversial point that will be discussed for decades. But new information came out about messenger RNA, and I find it very intriguing. It's a very, very long research piece. I'm going to try to abbreviate it for you and give you a good takeaway, and it's important, so stay tuned. We'll talk about that in a minute. The information you hear on Health Talk with Dr. Len is intended to be strictly educational and is not intended to diagnose or treat any disease. Any medical decisions should be made between you and your healthcare professional. And now, here is Dr. Len. Yeah, the old messenger RNA, that was going to save the world, and maybe it did. But you have to understand that messenger RNAs are a normal part of how God created us. So we're going to give you some new information, and there's one key point in here I want you to listen for, and we'll talk about that in just 1 minute. I want you to think of some of the discussions we had when we talked about vaccines. And we talked about these being messenger RNA, and we acted like it was something brand new, something no one had ever heard of before, but it's been in medicine for quite a while. And when we delivered those antibodies to us using messenger RNA, we could have saved lives. I'm sure we did. I had my 2 and my booster, and I still got COVID. Understandable. That Omicron, remember that? Sort of out of our vocabulary again. But I could tell you that the whole effect of COVID with me lasted a day, 1 day. Was that the effect of the vaccine? I don't know. I don't think we're ever going to know that answer. But there's a key part of what you, dear listener, need to do to accentuate normal messenger RNA in your body. This is critical. It's something we've been talking about for a decade now. It's called methylation. I want you to listen to this because I still contend that part of the health situations that are going on in this country, the large number of neurological problems, all ALL evolve around the lack of folic acid metabolism due to methylation problems. And we talked about being even capable of doing DNA analysis to find out if you do have those methylation problems. So, what's the takeaway so far? If we keep our messenger RNA in our body active and working well, could it be the defensive shield we need to fend off things like cancer, COVID, fill in the blanks? A team led by scientists at the University of Birmingham have come a step closer to uncovering the purpose of a distinctive set of modifications found at the beginning of messenger RNA, which have long remained a fundamental mystery in molecular biology. So understanding that messenger RNA is a large molecule. Now that we have the new technology, they take it apart. And right at the beginning, the far left-hand side of that molecule, there were some very unique things there. And no one in medicine could figure out why there was this unique setup on messenger RNA. So what they did, they said this: messenger RNAs are vital for protein production, first and foremost. So it maintains protein for your amino acids, for your neurotransmitters, for fighting depression and anxiety, for mobilizing things to your brain and protecting you against neurological problems and keeping your muscles toned. Their specific structure at the beginning of the chain, which was called a CAP, C-A-P, has two main functions. It protects the messenger RNA from breaking down, which of course you want to do because it can save your life. But it also plays a key role in the way the messenger RNA produces proteins. In addition to its cap structure, the first few nucleotides, that's what they call this, of messenger RNA, can carry small decorations called, they call them a decoration, methylation. These occur in animals as well as some of their parasites, like SARS coronavirus. Their purpose has remained enigmatic. Big word. Although scientists have known about these methylation modifications for more than 45 years, its effect on the function of messenger RNA had not been well understood. This is because scientists have not been able to show what happens when this methylation is knocked out or removed from animal model organisms, or what happens if the government decides to put folic acid in every grain product and we've inundated our bodies with so much that we've lost the capability of doing methylation. Could be. New study published in the Journal of Nature Communications, researchers from the University of Birmingham, Oxford, and Warwick succeeded in creating a knockout model using fruit flies. They found that although the modified flies still lived, the two enzymes played an important role in the animal's reward learning process. Hypothalamus, pituitary, adrenal. Think about that. These flies showed a defect in their ability to learn. Lead author Dr. Matthias Soller, he's School of Biosciences, said even though these flies are alive, they're not capable of learning any survival skills. Now think about this: if our immune system is not capable of learning essential survival skills. The research builds on work previously done by one of the paper's co-author, Professor Rupert Frey. The team discovered that these modifications play a role in transporting messenger RNA to synapses, those key little communications between your neurons. Professor Scott Waddell from the Center for Neural Circuitry said, this learning phenotype opens up many new questions, although we do not know the detailed nature of the underlying neuronal dysfunction. It's reminiscent of the genetic disease associated with Fragile X mental retardation protein. Highly relevant, as SARS and other coronaviruses have their own CAP methylation enzyme, but it's not really understood what role this plays in the virus-host interactions. Obviously, if we have that problem with our messenger RNA, we, you, me, and everyone else can become much more susceptible to catching coronavirus, or the common cold, or allergies, or depression, or anxiety. Want more details on that? Give us a call at 678-782-8003. 678-782-8003. Get a hold of Nutrifarm for all of your good products that we've been talking about for decades. Here's a little piece on buffered C.
Hey everybody, I want to talk to you for just a minute about our most popular product called buffered vitamin C.
It has a myriad of biological functions.
Vitamin C helps toward collagen formation for many body tissues, including skin, gums, teeth, cartilage around joints.
It enhances the absorption of iron in the body, so involved in energy metabolism, and contributes to reduction of tiredness and fatigue. Vitamin C is a required coenzyme for two groups of enzymes that catalyze the cross-linking of collagen fibers. Vitamin C is essential for normal wound healing, capillary health, Also participates in the biosynthesis of carnitine, serotonin, that key neurotransmitter, and certain other neurotransmitters, including norepinephrine. Vitamin C, our buffer forms water-soluble, chain-breaking antioxidant that reacts directly with superoxide, hydroxy radicals, and singlet oxygen. Vitamin C interacts with glutathione and alpha-lipoic acid and regenerates vitamin E. Now, our prep also has bioflavonoids in there. They're called flavonoids, a class of phytochemicals that are potent antioxidants as well, which scavenge many potentially damaging free radicals. This well-designed product can allow a large dose of ingredients to be taken in a single serving. The organic food acid combines with the carbonate source to form potassium, sodium, calcium, and magnesium salts of the acid, and buffers the solution to a normal pH. So it's easy on the stomach. Clinical studies performed on a variety of these types of products demonstrate that the ingredients, listen to this, penetrate the bloodstream within as little as 15 minutes. Buffer forms of vitamin C. I've said it over and over again. If I was stranded on a desert island and I couldn't take anything else with me, I'd have my buffer forms of vitamin C. You can find that on our website at thenutritionshop.net or call our office at 678-228-8900. That's 678-228-8900. Take care. Amen to that. Different phone number though, 678-782-8003. You can email me directly at dr.lenjb@gmail.com. Questions, comments, anything that's on your mind. We'll be back here again tomorrow with more information. Great healthy day, folks. God bless. See you back here soon.